Welcome back to the Star Trek Rewatch, where every Thursday I watch an episode of Star Trek the original series and then come here to talk about it with you. As always, I will read the summary from Alan Ashman's Star Trek Compendium, add any thoughts that I have to supplement the material, and then give you kind of my closing thoughts on it, and then you can tell me what you think about it below in the comments section. So here we go. This week's episode is The Cloud Minders. This one was written by Margaret Arman with the story by David Gerald and Oliver Crawford. The episode was directed by Judd Taylor. Stardate 58 18.4. In quest of the crucial and rare element zenite, which is needed to stop a plague on the planet Merrick 2. I guess it's like a plant plague. It's killing all the crops. Not people, but so they did mix it up because we've had several plague episodes already. So this time it's targeting the vegetation of this planet. The Enterprise journeys to the zenite-rich world of Ardana. They need this zenite stuff. The substance is excavated by miners, Troglytes, who are forced to live on the harsh surface of Ardana, while the ruling class, Stratos dwellers, reside in his luxurious city high above the planet. So it's like a floating city. And it almost was like, oh, Cloud City, right? City in the clouds. Did George Lucas rip this off for Empire Strikes Back? I don't know. Um, Obviously, the effects in The Empire Strikes Back for the Cloud City look better than this episode. But yeah, when the Troglytes refuse to turn over the Zenite, Captain Kirk is drawn into their struggle for equality. So they get attacked, right? The Troglytes, I guess a group of Troglite, are they terrorists? I don't know. Attack Kirk and Spock. We get to see like a flying jump kick, which I always love to see. A little bit of Kirk Fu action. Um, they get tied up he and Spock get tied up in these like I don't know lasso strap things. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Anywho, they escape. They go to talk to this Placis, the high advisor of Ardana's ruling council. He maintains that the Troglytes are naturally inferior beings, while Mr. Spock is involved in a relationship with Droxine, Placis's daughter. I thought that this was a little bit I don't know, out of the normal behavior for Spock. Like, they have a scene where they talk about the Vulcan mating cycle, and she seems disappointed that, like, Vulcans only mate once every 7 years, and she's like, "Is there anything that can break it up or disrupt it or whatever?" And Spock is like, "Beauty, beautiful." I can't remember exactly what he says, but beauty is a disruptor or something like that. It's weird. These Troglite terrorists are called the Disruptors, so I have no idea if there's some sort of parallel thing going on there or not. But the leader of these Disruptors is Vana. Okay, Kirk befriends Vana, the Troglite leader, or one of the Troglite leaders, and then she's got this scene where she's like trying to stab him with a dagger while he's sleeping. I don't know, it's weird. He like grabs her wrist and disarms her, and then she like tries to get his phaser, and he like karate chops. So I mean, whatever. Anywho, Kirk decides to help them. He causes a cave in. Um, they enter a mine. Vanna and Kirk go to the mines with a mask that McCoy has figured out, like the gas is making them stupid. Essentially, the gas from the mines, from the Zenite, that if they were to wear like a filter mask, it would filter out the stuff and they wouldn't lose their IQ points. So Kurt goes down in the mine, gets the mask removed. They beam down Placis into the mine with them after Kurt causes a cave in. And without the protective mask, they all start to like display violent tendencies and go crazy. Classis is now aware of the reason for the Troglytes' mental state, and he promises to revise the planet's social structure, and the Troglytes gather the needed zenite. The end. It's Kurt Phaser as he's going mad, like forcing them to dig the zenite. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this one. It says here in the note that guest star Jeff Corey, who played Placis, it says is not only an actor but a director and teacher as well. He was in fact one of Leonard Nimoy's acting instructors, and like Nimoy, also directed segments of Night Gallery. Interesting. With Night Gallery, the follow-up to the Twilight Zone, right? With Rod Serling, right? Um, I didn't get a whole lot else to say about this, really. I mean, it's an okay episode. There was a scene where like no red shirts died in it, but there was a scene where like a Troglite committed suicide by jumping over the railing and like fell down to the earth below, which was pretty extreme. But I just got to say this one was just okay, in my opinion. For season 3, it's not bad, but I don't know. I wasn't bored with it. Like, yeah, it was just yeah, it was all right. I would say I enjoyed watching it. Okay. Anywho, uh, the whole separation of the class, like the people that dwell in the clouds and the people that are in the caves, concept that's kind of been covered before. It kind of reminded me of like Philip K. Dick, like in Blade Runner, the people that live off world, you know, the rich people live in high rise buildings or they go off planet someplace else. And everybody else has to like live in the radioactive waste of Earth. So it's a concept that's revisited often in science fiction. Um, Even like H.G. Wells' The Time Machine with the Eloi and the Morlocks. The Morlocks dwell below in the caves, and the Eloi live on the surface. So this whole thing of class distinction and all this stuff gets covered a lot in science fiction. I think that Neil Blomkamp film, what was that, Matt Damon, Elysium? Yeah, that movie. I'm not a fan of it, but it kind of deals with the same thing. So whatever. I got nothing else for you. What do you think about this one? Let me know. Leave your thoughts below. And next week, we've got the Savage Curtain. Abraham Lincoln in space.